Scott, what keeps me up at night on the domestic front is out of control spending and a national debt that's a mountain no future generation can climb. Social Security is beginning to run out of money. In 2016, we're going to pay more in benefits than we collect in taxes. When I was born in 1955, there were 16 workers for every Social Security retiree. Today there's 3. We're living a lot longer. The average age is pushing 80. So if we don't fix Social Security here soon, it's going to become a nightmare for people on Social Security. 20, 30 years from now, you're going to have to cut benefits by a third, increase taxes by a third, just to keep the benefits coming. So entitlement reform is something we must do. But this massive $13 trillion debt with no end to it is going to make us like Greece if we don't turn this thing around. So let's go after the entitlement programs. Let's come up with a way to save Social Security from bankruptcy. I'm 55 years old. I make $170,000 as a U.S. Senator. You could recalculate my benefits where I take a little less. I won't feel it as an individual, but if people in my income level do it all across the nation, we can turn Social Security around. Let's adjust the age slowly but surely over time. If you're over 55, none of this applies to you. If you're under 55, we will adjust the age over time because people live longer. We'll ask upper income Americans like myself to take a little bit less than promised and take a check that the system can actually afford, saving the money for middle class and Americans who are going to need Social Security retirement income to make it. 50% of the people today would be in poverty if it weren't for Social Security in the retired community. So let's get Social Security and Medicare on sound footing. $51 trillion of unfunded liability between these two programs alone. So getting these programs back into sound status keeps me up at night because they're two programs that America depends on. But if we don't get them right, don't fix this debt problem and entitlement reform, we're not going to have a country to pass on to the next generation. The other thing, as I mentioned before, is Iran. If Iran gets a nuclear weapon, then everything changes in the Mideast. All bets are off. Israel's going to feel threatened like you wouldn't believe. Sunni Arab states like Jordan, Egypt, Turkey are going to want a nuclear weapon to counter the Persian Iranians. And the next thing you know, you got a nuclear-armed Mideast leading us down the road of Armageddon. We've got about a year or two to stop that. I hope the President will be firm, and when he says it's unacceptable for the Iranians to get a nuclear weapon, that he means it. Sanctions may work only if Russia and China get behind us. They've shown less than a willingness to do that. I'm willing to try sanctions a bit longer, but every option should be on the table, including the military option.